Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to do a bit of a different video on Matthew chapter 7. Now, Matthew chapter 7 is probably, I would say it's probably one of my favorite chapters in the Bible because it's packed full of a lot of good wisdom and knowledge. Now, this takes place at the end of the Sermon on the Mount, closer to the end. And this chapter focuses more on the connection between heaven and earth and how we should act by that. So, let's get started. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. So I'm using KJV, so it's kind of difficult to explain, but so there's a lot of strange words in the King James Version, mostly because it's Old English. But the word mete, M-E-T-E, is to measure or to distribute by measurement. The word mote, which is speck, dust, wood, or chaff. And the word beholdest, which is to observe. So the main point about this is don't judge or you will be judged. And if you do judge somebody, take out the sin from yourself so you may see clearly the sin in those who you're judging it. And when it displays this judgment, it doesn't mean harsh judgment. It means more of friendly. Say your friend notices that you had some food on your cheek or something, they wipe it off. They're doing it out of kindness. And in this scenario, there's a speck in your friend's eye, and you try to remove that. But first you have to remove the whole log from your own eye, so that you won't be blinded by your own sin. Give not that which is holy unto dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. So, the word rend here means to split, and this whole meaning, don't give that which is holy to dogs, and nor cast pearls to swine. And a good verse that summarizes this is, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. They won't accept it. They would prefer their own understanding before God's wisdom. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that asketh findeth. And to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son ask bread, he will give him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father, which is in heaven, give good things to them that ask him? Therefore, all things that whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. So this one's kind of tricky, but so looking for answers, and you will find them. Ask, seek, knock. And a point that Jesus says is, man gives good gifts despite being bad. How much more are the gifts from God, who is not bad? And then he says, which one of you, when his son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or when he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? So this is saying that when you ask for God, he will give you. And it says in verse 12, therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. That's saying, do to others what you want them to do to you. And why? Because we ask from God, therefore we should give to others as he is giving to us. We knock at the door, so we should answer as God is answering for us. Everything we ask from God, we should give to others. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So the word strait, S-T-R-A-I-T, which means narrow or tight. The path that leads to life is narrow and difficult. The path that leads to death is wide, and many find it. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down, and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. So, interesting words is iniquity here, which simplifies to wickedness. So, it tells you how to stay away from false prophets. So, false prophets are people that make fake prophecies for their own benefit. In the Old Testament, there would be false prophets for the kings, when the real prophets would be telling the kings and the people to stop working in that way. The false prophets would be telling them to continue what they're doing, which often was doing things of fleshly desire. And God says that you can tell them apart by the fruits produced by their faith. And he says a good tree cannot produce evil fruit, nor a bad good fruit. And then it says, not everyone who cries out to God will enter heaven, but those who do God's will. And this in comparison is saying, you can tell false prophets by their bad fruit, but not everyone who has good fruit will enter the kingdom of heaven, because God never knew him. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which has built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And every one that heareth these things of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon the house, and it fell, and was the fall of it. So this is saying, whoever hears Jesus' words and follows is wise, but those who do not are fools. And the wise man built his house on a rock. Wind came, rain, floods, everything, but the house remained. But the foolish man, his house was destroyed. The wise man is protected. That is the end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and goodbye.